clone any website using AI. So that's what we're going to talk about. And before we get going, hit that subscribe button, smash that like button if this adds any value to you. I appreciate it. So let's dive in and look at what we're going to talk about here. So there is several different softwares that you can use. We're going to go through two of them that I recommend the highest, and we're going to compare the two and how they work with cloning a website just by pasting the URL. So the first one that we're going to talk about is Lovable.com or .dev, I'm sorry. So Lovable.dev and Bolt.new is the other one. We'll have links below for these two softwares. These are free. They do have paid versions for certain things, but to do everything that we're going to be doing here is for free. Okay, the first website that we're going to check out is Sportys.com. I'm a bit of avid pilot, so I like to fly, and so I like to go on the site and buy things like courses and different things like that. So it's a pretty complex site, and we'll see if these two softwares can do it. So the prompt that we're going to give in any AI, you're going to deliver a prompt of some sort. So we're going to call this basically, can you clone Sportys.com? One, we're going to ask it to add a blog page, because in this site they've got a nice blog page here. We're going to ask it to add header and footers in all pages, add a placeholder images that are real images on both the home page and the blog page. So basically, if you didn't ask it number 3 here, it's going to give you these big images, and it's just going to look not realistic. So that's the first one that we're going to try out, and we're going to go ahead and click enter on this to get started. So one thing, if you're not signed in or you don't have an account here, make sure that you sign up. And so we got logged in, and we're going to go ahead and hit this and see what it does. So it's going to start working here. You can see it spinning and previewing what we asked it to do. So we'll go over to Bolt.new, and we're going to do the same thing over here. We need to sign in, and then we're going to get this going. So we're signed in now, and we're going to go ahead and hit enter. So this will start. You can see it's starting to think here, and it's deploying its AI. And you can see it's starting to index everything. So let's go back over here and see what we got going on here. Wow, that's pretty impressive. It's got the header in here. It's got the kind of the colors and different things like that. It's got areas for your blog and a few different things here. So it's basically design inspiration. So it's talking about, over on the left here, the design elements. It gives you the Pantone colors, clean type and or fonts, interactive elements. So it talks about a responsive clone of Sportys.com homepage blog. So if we click in on here, it actually, there's the blog page. And if we click on some of these, learn, I don't know if they're going to work or not, but I think you got to build them out. But you could continue. The project requires backend functionality. So it's telling you right now that it can only do so much on this. So let's jump over to the Bolt.new. So looking at this one, we'll scroll back up. And you can see it created the components, the header, so it grabs some of the coding. The footer sections include contact, quick links, resources. Images are from Unsplash, which is a royalty-free picture site, kind of like Pixabay. And then it's using Tailwind CSS. Website is fully responsive. Development server is now running. You can see the website in action. So On this one, it's obviously a little bit not as good as what we saw over at Lovable. We can click on the preview here, and that's what we're seeing. If we want to go to the code and actually look at, say, the header or anything like that, we can look at the different code that it brings in. So we'll just go back here, we'll click around it and kind of see what it built out. So it's a little bit different. Pretty impressive. I mean, it just brings over some things. I'm going to try one other site here too and see how it works with those. So before we try out a different website, I would say on this Lovable.dev did the best job on the colors, the fonts, because this is the original website and there's a lot of blues in there and different things like that. So I would say that this one overall did the best job. It's a great starting point to start building a website. That's all I would say. So obviously you can grab the code and just lay out. Obviously you don't want to copy their copyright anything, but this is just all about getting a starting point. So let's try a second attempt at testing these two and see how they go. And we're going to look at another shopping website. Okay, this is one of the top Shopify stores on the internet. So this is reddress.com. We're going to do the same prompt. We altered it just a little bit, but let's try an e-commerce store like this. We're going to put in a different prompt here. So we're going to start a new project here. So just go to the dashboard, and then we're going to type in this prompt. And so we changed it up a little bit. Instead of a blog page, when clicking, we're going to add a sales page or sale page when clicking in the sale, header and footer in all pages, add placeholder. We probably could put one, and try it, add shopping, shopping things, a shopping page in there, e-commerce page, but we're keeping it basic. Same with the images, we're doing the same, and then we're going to go ahead and click enter on this, and then we'll take copy this, and we're just going to take this over to our other and let this fire out, and we'll go back to Bolt.new, and we're going to start a new project. And so we'll just go down here, and we're going to hit enter and let that start firing. So it's going to start doing its thing. Let's see if Lovable.dev is still rocking and rolling. I'm not sure which one's faster. It's doing the same thing, so they're both working here. There's no preview here yet, so it's still doing its thing. Let's go over to Bolt.new and see how that one's coming along. You can see it's creating the footers and headers, creating the home page right now. So we can see the different fashion, model, and dress. So it's telling it to get certain images. So it grabbed from Unsplash. We can see that photo right here. So we know that these are royalty-free images. So it's not like there's a copyright on that or anything like that, which is really cool that it goes over there and the AI tells Unsplash to give it that. So this one's popping up. Let's see if this one, Lovable.dev, started earlier. And it definitely doesn't have, it's got a big image in there and featured products, but it just finished. So they're speed-wise, they're about this. I would say Lovable.dev is a little bit slower. We did ask it to do a sale page, which is right here. Let's click on that. Sale now. And let's compare it to this sale page here and see how close it is. So it's got like 4 images across. And then if we go over here and look at ours, it's about 4 images. So let's go ahead and pop this out. Can click open a new tab in preview and see what it looks like that. So it does give you a good starting point. There is a shop now button that does not work. There's 3 images here. Let's go to back to red dress. They have 4 images there. They have a lot of headers and different columns and sections in this. So you can see what it did. Homepage, it's got newsletter sign up, sales items, shared components over here on the left that we're looking at, white background. I love how it gives you the Pantones that it did in there, the colors, so you know what colors it did. Let's go to Bolt.new. Let's go back here to our open here and see if it gave us a blog page. We could have been specific and told it to. Looks similar to the sale page, maybe not. So if we click on one of these, are they clickable? No, they're not. So, but it does give you a good basis. That's what I would say in this AI. It still takes a real developer. So we're going to Bolt.new. Let's just run down this. It gave us a top banner with promotions, navigation menu, shopping icons, hero section, categories. It looks like it did quite a bit. It used images from Unsplash that are fashion focused, and the sophisticated color scheme, rose pink accents matching red dresses branding. Website is fully responsive, so that's good. It's for mobile and desktop. And let's pop this one out in a new tab by clicking this button. And let me just do a disclaimer here. Don't copy a website. We're just doing it to show you the AI. And let's just connect this. We're just showing you the AI aspects of it because if you're looking at a website that you like a lot and you want to do something similar to that, this gives you a baseline to start after. Obviously, you don't want to copy their images, but none of these images in here. Now, Bolt.new on this one did a much better job. This site looks really, really good. It's got a subscribe area. I mean, we can even put our email in there. It's got a nice copyright with the latest copyright. Contact us is just a blank page, but let's click on that and go back to the home. And we asked it specifically to do a sales page for us. And you can see that it did a really good job on that. Obviously, you need to link these to a Shopify or some sort of e-commerce shopping cart. But the images are very, very strong. So I'm really impressed. You know, basically, I would run both of these, Lovable.dev and Bolt.new. There is another AI software out there called V0.dev, I believe it is. We'll have those links below. It's V0.dev. Let's just real quick before we wrap up, let's put this prompt in here and just see what it does for this last website. I'm just going to pause so I don't bore you with the thinking part of the AI here. So this one was super, super fast. So it generated, we're going to show this, what this did. It generated it extremely fast. It didn't give us the images here. Let's just pop this out. This is V0.dev. We'll pop it out and see what it looks like on the front end without, if I can here. I'm not sure if we can on this one. Yeah, open a new tab right there. So let's look at it and see the functionalities of it. I did notice that just copying a URL and dropping it into any one of these is not going to work. So the more your prompt is specific to what you want, the better. But overall, I think this gives you a great starting point to build whatever type of website you're looking for. We did all mostly e-commerce, but you can see the sales page here. It did not give us images, but it did give us a good layout. Let's look at the sales page. On this particular one, this is reddress.com. And as you can see here on the one that we got, if we go back to the home page here, it did like replicate the images like to a T. This got a little jumbled, but it's got this shop chapter 3 in here, which is the same as here, but obviously the home page looks better, or the original. But then it has the header up here, free shipping on orders over. So if you just click back and forth here, this did a really good job, but just understand you cannot use their images if you want to build a website. So overall, they're all, I would use V0, Lovable.dev, and Bolt.new and try them out. Just see and modify the prompts. You know, we've got this prompt over here. I'll put that in the comments or the description below. But I'm not going to, I'll just put blank here because I don't want to encourage you to copy anybody's website at all, because that's not what this is all about. It's just a starting point. So let's try this real quick. We're just going to copy the URL, and then we're just going to go back into v0.com, and we're just going to say clone and put the URL in. And let's just see what it does and how it thinks in comparison to what we did get out of it with the prompt. So it's going through things pretty rapidly, and it's building out your pages, building out your components, going through the different copy here. So it only took about maybe a minute to a minute and a half to do this. And let's pop this out because it looks pretty similar to what we got with the prompt, but I'll show you the difference in this. So this was the original that we got, and the sales page is there highlighted. And let's go here. This is the brand new one that we just got. And it actually did well even without, you can see these pages didn't build out, but you could specifically tell it to. But it actually did build out the sales page. It built out pretty good. And that was with just the URL. So just remember, it gives you a starting point. You're not allowed to legally copy any website. So, but you can look at a layout. If you're looking for website themes, let me just show you something real quick. There's a website called Themeforest. So Themeforest basically has WordPress, HTML, different themes that you could, unlimited number of themes. So when you go through here, you could look at like a WordPress corporate e-commerce. E-commerce is basically a shopping site. We're going to accept that. And then you can see on the back end here, you could put in anything that you imaginable that you want for a starting point. And there's some incredible websites, and some of these will say bestseller. You don't want to do the weekly bestseller, but you want to do some of the newer bestsellers. So if we click on these, look at the stars, the amount of stars. That's the rating. That's how many downloads. This one's had 3,000 downloads, and it's almost 5 stars. Let's go ahead and look at it, and then look at the live preview of it. And if we look at the live preview, it'll show us, and for $49 for this template, I think that's what it was. That's a pretty good price. So it's basically, there's multiple 85 pre-built websites in this. And if we just scroll down, we can look at any one of these. So it doesn't matter whether you're in electronics, makeup. We've used Themeforest for a lot of years because it's just unlimited what kind of sites you could look at. So maybe you're building a website for Black Friday specials. They have one like that. We click on it and then we can preview it as a real website, just like this. So it's got all your specials. It's got your shopping carts in here. It's almost a working website from the get-go, but you need to add your own products in there. It's got great footers and headers. I mean, this is very detailed in what it has, so you can build an awesome store with that. So if you got any help with this or learned anything new, hit that thumbs up and subscribe. And I've got a ton of videos. We do a ton of AI stuff, so that's our specialty. Thanks for watching.